Hi, we're doing a virtual class as part of Summer of Alberta. We're here at Blind Insect Gallery, and my name is Veronica. I'm part of Alberta Street Gallery, and I'm very happy to show you today. My class is going to be called Homemade Air Dry Clay. The materials that we need are right here, and if you can take a look at them, is a container that you don't care about, that you're not going to use anymore because it's going to get full of glue. You need a plastic spoon or a stick for mixing. We need half cup of glue, half cup of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of baby oil or vegetable oil that I have here. We need lemon or vinegar to protect your clay, and also you can have Vaseline to have it smooth, and you can use cookie cutters. This is optional, and you can use food coloring or acrylics if you need to color your clay, and also the parchment paper or a non-sticky area or surface to work on. Here I can show you the materials so you can take a look at them and go get ready with your materials. So first we're gonna mix the ingredients in the bowl, and this you can change the amount as long as a 1-to-1 ratio. And what I found is that after mixing for a while, then you're gonna see if you need more cornstarch or not. Here we're gonna put a little bit of the oil and a little bit of the vinegar, and we're gonna keep mixing until everything is all together. With this clay, you can make little figures with your kids at home, or you can make like rings, like earrings, or you can simply do it for your kids to play with. It takes a while to get all together, and after, when it's not sticky anymore, you can grab it with your hands. So one thing that I recommend is put some cornstarch in your hands so you can have it in your hands and keep mixing it, or add more cornstarch if you see that it's too smooth. Here it's not so smooth, so I think I can start grab it with my hands, adding more cornstarch. And yeah, this is kind of like a messy activity, so have a tablecloth in your kitchen or the table that you're gonna do it, because all is gonna be covered with cornstarch, especially if you do it with kids. But as I say, this activity can be also for adults to make really tiny figures, and the clay will dry in 24 hours, and you can color it. You can use several things to color. One of the things that you can use is food coloring. Food coloring is a little bit more expensive, but it works perfect for coloring your paste. Another thing that you can use is acrylic paintings. I can show you later how to color your clay. And you can divide the clay and color one little bowl with one color and one with the other one, and then use this to work. So when your dough or clay is not so sticky like this, you can use parchment paper and keep kneading. Here, also put a little bit of cornstarch here. and we're gonna keep kneading as if you're doing like bread or cookies or something. This is a very fun activity to do with the little ones. You can add some lotion that I have here, like lotion for hands, if you think you're gonna use it like long time with kids, because that gives a nice texture and it will not dry so fast. Also, if you notice that start to get really dry, just put a little bit of oil with your fingers, and then the clay will be soft again to use. If you're not gonna use it for a while, I recommend you to dip like one piece inside the oil, and then wrap it in plastic and put it in a Ziploc bag and inside a Tupperware so the dry doesn't get to it, and you can save it like for a day or for a couple of days. And then when you're gonna need it again, what you're gonna do is just use a little bit oil or water to knead the piece of clay again. So to test that your clay is ready, you need to do like a drop. If the clay goes down like this, then you need to keep adding a little bit more of cornstarch, because you don't want it so soft. And then, let's see, a little bit more. You can keep sprinkling the cornstarch. And this time that we're a lot at home and with kids, this is something that you can do with the ingredients that you have at home. If you don't have one of these oils, you can change it for other kind of oil that you have. Also, you can add a little bit of Vaseline to make it more softer. More manageable. Just put a little bit more. And I also recommend you to have the Vaseline near, so your kids can have that in their hands, so they don't get all their hands don't get so messy. So you can just put some Vaseline in their hands and they can keep playing with this. It's feeling really smooth. Let's try to grab all these little pieces here. Let's see. See? Now it's not that bad. It stays there. So I have one that I prepared already to show you. But I can also use some color to show you how to color these pieces. So what you need to do to color, I have some of the paintings that I use. This is the acrylic painting that I use. This is the food coloring that I use. And the clay that I had from yesterday is inside here. And it's perfectly safe because it's inside the plastic wrap that I was telling you. And this one, I colored with the food coloring. So if you see, the color is more like pastels kind of thing. You have to be careful when you use acrylics because it will dry a little bit faster. But it looks nice. See? This yellow one, maybe I can do something with this yellow one to show you how to do a piece and to show you how to color this. Put some, go easy with the paint, because if you put too much, then there's no way to go back. So you can put some paint on the side and just put it like that, or if you have a brush, use a brush, and then you start kneading the piece until everything is the color you want. See this? I'd like to have a close up here, but if you can see it, oh my god, I love this. It looks totally red. So with this, now it's not that red. So a little bit more. Just gonna leave you for a second and I will be back in a minute. Welcome back. As I was telling you, this clay will get hard if you don't protect it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of oil and put it inside a plastic wrap while we work in other pieces. Before I show you how to color this piece of clay with acrylic paint. So this acrylic paint will help you to color the clay, and we're gonna do a crab. So to make a crab, you make a bowl. You can do it any size you want. I'm just gonna make it this size. And something that is good to do is to prepare the little pieces in advance. So I'm gonna leave it right here. And now I'm gonna make the other pieces of the crab to let them dry a little bit. And after they're dry, I'm gonna glue them with glue. But I would like them to be a little bit more firm for me too. This is gonna be one of the hands of the crab. That probably is not called like that, but I don't know how to call it. This is the other hand. So yeah, later we're gonna do a close-up of this so you see a little bit better what I'm doing. And I'm gonna leave it here aside to dry. This is the other, like the feet of the crab. I need to get some white. Actually, this clay, if you leave it with no color at all, it will be a little bit transparent. So if you want to be really, really white, I recommend you to use, again, acrylic paint to put paint white on it. So it's not, when it dries, it's not kind of transparent. So this is one of the pieces. And I prepare a piece in advance to show you what to do with it. This is gonna be a bunny. And the bunny is a little bit not so soft anymore, so I could work on it. This one inside, I could work putting the ears that I prepared before. You see the tiny little ears here. I'm gonna put them on the bunny, and then the tail of the bunny. So what you can do when you have your pieces not so soft, like, see, I'm gonna show you the crab, you see. This one is like a piece of gum. So if I do anything on it, it will like, whoops, like the form will transform so fast. So we don't wanna touch it for a while. Another thing that I recommend you is to keep using a surface that is not sticky like this one. Could be like a tray or the paper. Because if you leave the piece there on the table, it's gonna stick to the table. I have the white glue here, and I'm gonna start to glue the ears and the little pieces. So I can use another stick to mark where do I want the ears. And if you start to see little cracks here and there, you can use water or a little bit oil to make it smoother and to erase the crack. So let's see. We have the glue here. Let's see, if I put it here, actually I'm going to put the glue both sides, like on the ear and on the bunny itself, so it will attach harder. See, this is how it's going. And now I have another part of the ears that I colored with pink before. So this we can put another, again, put a little bit of glue. And press a little bit so the ear stays there. Glue on two sides. And again, with kids you can do bigger pieces. It doesn't need to be such a small pieces that they cannot manage. The cookie cutters that I was telling you is precisely because of this. You can use them as this can be like when you're making cookies. This can be the dough, and you can just press the dough and use a cookie cutter to make simpler figures. So here we have the bunny, a little bit crack on the side, and then put the eyes. So for the eyes and things, you can use again the same clay, or you can just paint the clay with the acrylic. There you go, little bunny there. And what about the crab? The crab is coming better, not so dry yet. So I'm gonna make the eyes while it gets a little bit more dry. So the clay that I told you I have from yesterday is here, and it's super soft still because I put lots of oil to keep it overnight. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the white to do the eyes of my crab. So the crab have two flat, round white eyes. So to make that, just make two little tiny balls and press it down. Press it, and there you go. Now we have two eyes that we can stick. So I'm going to start gluing this. So first you have this, have the eyes there. It's going to be hard to show it to you later because I cannot grab it from the table without making the form of it. Entonces, okay, we have one there. And now I'm going to put the legs of the crabby. One leg. I know I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna grab the whole paper. Okay, I'm gonna put more glue here. So if you use a lot of glue, maybe it's gonna stick somewhere, so I'll try to leave it in your attachment paper so you can stick it from there. And again, I'm gonna put the eyes with the paint. Okay. Let's see if I can show you this one right here. See this? So now we have a little crab there. And let me be right back. See? I'm back and thank you for being here, and we're gonna make a penguin. So this one I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, so in case you're working with kids, I'm gonna use all this piece and let's color. I'm gonna color the piece with black. A little bit messy, but we need the color of the penguin to be black. So a little bit more, so it's not so gray. I love this. Even if it's messy, it feels so nice. I usually work with real clay, just so you know. I do pieces, ceramic pieces. My business is called Maya Ceramics and Paintings, and you can follow me on Instagram, or you can visit my website at mayaceramicsandpaintings.com. But this reminds me of that because that's what I do every day. But my clay is not so easy to get, so that's why we thought of doing something that you could get at home. Let's see if I can clean myself a little bit so I can show you more things. So this piece, you need like a ball again, but then you're gonna make like an oval. And I'm gonna separate a little bit of this to have a little bit of the same color for the wings. So once we have this is going to be the body of the penguin. Oh my god, it's going to be so cute. We're going to have 2 wings. Maybe a lot. That's too big. You don't need to do the figures that I'm telling you. There's a lot of figures in Pinterest, in YouTube, that you can just research Play-Doh figures or air dry clay figures. So here I'm gonna stick the wings to the penguin. Don't go flying. Now I need a little bit of time because I need to clean my hands. Let's finish the penguin. I have here a little bit of white to make the belly of the penguin. I use the glue to stick it on the belly. And I'm gonna use the same white to do the eyes. As you see with these pieces, they can be as detailed as you want or as not so detailed. So if your kids want to do something that looks kind of like not so detailed, it's okay. It's like they can just play with it and it will be fine. So what we're gonna do, just put the eyes here, show you how it's going. Looks like a little bird. And now I'm gonna put the eyes here. And we're gonna wrap it up with this. See this little penguin here? So I want to thank Alberta Street Main Gallery for making this possible, and also Blind Insect for making the videos for us. Thank you.